Shinaberi Nakashi, Tungamita Shinaberi, 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 Bakomana Shinaberi Nakashi, Tungamita Shinaberi, Tungamita Shinaberi, Tungamita Shinaberi, Basigana Shinaberi Nakashi, Tungamita Shinaberi, 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 Banamayo Shinaberi Monashi, Tungamita Shinaberi.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are. You can hear the song is still playing, but we are here. Thank you so much for joining us on your favorite program, PADARE na Mambo Sose, and we are live on ZimI YouTube, ZimI Facebook, and we are also live on Change Radio Facebook, Change Radio, the radio itself. You are welcome. And today, as you heard from that song that was playing, we are talking to some young people who have decided to do exactly what Champion Madzore, Comrade Madzore is saying. Kutungamidza ushingamberi, kune vachidiki vari kutungamidza ushingamberi, and we are going to hear from them. Hansi, we are going to shut down all the borders in or around Zimbabwe. But before we get into that, let's get Champion Barbara, my partner in crime, to introduce yourself and greet everyone here.
Yes, thank you so much, Chief Shoshe. Lingabe lachona njani, lavuka njani, mthwakazi omuhle emagumbini amane wonke omhlaba. Yebo, sesiphendukile njalo uhlelo edale lenduna yakoShoshe, PADARE na Mambo Shoshe. Yebo, umsakazo wenu owe-Change Radio yiyo olilethela lolu hlelo. Sisakaza siku-Change Radio umsakazo ngowayo, sisakaza njalo siku-Change Radio YouTube, Change Radio Facebook, la ku-ZimI. Yeah, namhla sihamba le team la, team South Africa. Namhla basitshela ngombhikisho abaza kuba lawo phela okuvala amabhoda bencedisa umongameli we-CCC, umongameli uNelson Chamisa ekudimandeni ama-votes atshontshwa ngu-Emmerson Mnangagwa mhla ka-23 July 2023. Lokho sidimanda phela ukuthi sifuna ukhetho olutsha. Nxa lingasizwanga ukuthi sifuna ukhetho olutsha, sizayenza zonke izinto ezingaphezu kwamandla ethu ukuthi sizuze ukhetho lolu olu-free, olu-fair, olu-credible, njengoba sonke sikwazi ukuthi ama-elections aweZimbabwe kazange apase ekubeni free, ekubeni fair, ekubeni credible. Sonke siyakwazi ukuthi iSADC yakhipha umbiko kumbe ireport eyayikhuluma ngakhonokho, i-EU yakhuluma okufanayo, amanye ama-observers akhuluma funjalo okufanayo. Lathi abaku-CCC labantu abavotayo bakhuluma okufanayo ukuthi hatshi ukhetho lolu aluzange lenziwe ngendlela, kusukela ku-delimitation, kusukisela ekuprintweni kwama-ballot papers, ama-ballot papers, kusukisela even ekuvoteni, iday yokuvota yona ngokwayo, abantu bavote ebusuku. Into engazake yenzakale eZimbabwe, even ngesikhathi sikaRobert Mugabe, yena wayesaziwa njengomqilibezelo omkhulu, kodwa hayi ama-elections ayisenziwa ngesikhathi. Ngakho namhlanje sibuye labantu abase-South abazositshela ukuthi bona baplaneni sonke siyakwazi ukuthi baza kuba le demo, bazasitshela ukuthi idemo leyo bafuna ukuyenza ngaphi mhla kabani. So thiyani indlebe lihlale li-relaxe lizwe lokho esiliphathele khona. Over to you, Chief Soshe.
Yes, yes, thank you so much. And as you can see, we are the studio is full of young men that are prepared to do anything and everything to ensure that we have a free Zimbabwe, a better Zimbabwe. These are the youth, and of course, they have to do it for themselves.
Young
tonight,
men and women.
Young men and young women. I know. You are such a feminist. You'll be watching out for that. Watching out for all the women out there. So all the women that are listening, you're covered here. You have Champion Barbara, who doesn't miss anything that goes against women. Of course, we do have Lillian in the house. We have Cynthia in the house. So they'll be speaking and talking to all the women out there so that they support this big program. And of course, we do have Mr. Magorimbo and Cooksman, yours truly. Cooksman, and he is here talking, speaking, doing what he knows best, advocating for freedom and democracy in Zimbabwe. Let's start with you, Mr. Magorimbo. Please just tell us in brief what this is all about. Who are you and what are you trying to do?
You're on mute.
On mute.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Revolutionary greetings to everyone here and our listeners tonight. My name is Kumbirai Lenmo Magorimbo. I am the spokesperson of the Progressive Zimbabweans, the movement or a union of Zimbabweans in the diaspora of Zimbabweans who are demanding, a just and free Zimbabwe for everyone. Therefore, tonight we are here to explain and to give a roadmap to fellow Zimbabweans who are in South Africa or who are in the Southern Africa, as we are not only targeting the Beitbridge border post, but we also looking at Plumtree border post. We also looking at Chirundu border post, and Mozambique is loading. So those are the countries that surround Zimbabwe, and there is no amount of propaganda or bad wishes that will stop these protests. The protests are coming, and they are not. This is just the beginning. That's all I can say for now.
Wow, thank you very much, Mr. Magorimbo. Cooksman, crossing over to you in Johannesburg. Tell us what is on the table for citizens. You are a young man whom we have known, to be fighting for freedom and democracy in Zimbabwe. So, if you can give us more details, the dates where these borders, when these borders will be closed. And yesterday, we also saw Emerson Mnangagwa and Cyril Ramaphosa at Beitbridge border post. Is that going to deter you? I think it was a message to all of you that you can't touch Johannesburg, you can't touch Beitbridge border post. Are you in any way deterred or scared?
Hello, everyone. Can you please confirm if I'm audible?
Yes, if you can speak a little louder, that would be great, but we can hear you.
Okay. So, I want to greet everyone on this program, everyone on the panel and our viewers. Thank you, Chief, for the opportunity. And I would want to say, like what our spokesperson have already highlighted, we stand very, very firm, and we maintain our position. We're not going to be deterred or frightened with anything. I'm not yet sure why ED and President Cyril Ramaphosa were together at the table. It's unfortunate that they are irrelevant to us because we are not going to work with them. I love South Africa. The way, hello?
Yes, you can go ahead. There's just some background noise, but that's okay.
Okay. So I was saying, I love how South Africa operates. It's not like Zimbabwe where the army, the police controls everything. Here, the border control doesn't take orders from a president or party structures like what happens in Zimbabwe. The Home Affairs, they work entirely differently. So we are working with the court, we are working with the border control, and tikutaurirana, we're even doing my talks near Home Affairs because a lot of times when we talk about these demonstrations, pane varakashi vanofamba vachitaura kuti vanhu vanosungwa musi wedemonstration, and we want to make sure that that will not happen as long as isusu tiripo. Saka kubait bridge musi wa26 asi tichiri kuedza kuti tiextend because tanga tisingade zuva rimwe chete, saka tichazivisa vanhu kana izvozvo zvabudirira because tikuda kuextenda kuti at least kune vamwe vanhu vanenge vachienda kumabasa vanogona kukwanisa kuzouya iri weekend. Saka ishuviro yedu kuti kana zvikabudirira demonstration isvike kana even musi wesunday, because mukatarisa musi wa26 I think it will be Thursday if I'm not mistaken. And also kuBotswana, vanhu hama neshamwari dzedu dzichange dzichienda kumaoffices eSADC. KuZambia, Kirundo. Saka madhates edu tikuda kuti afambirane zviitwe panguva imwe chete kunzvimbo dzose dzatataura. We fear focal, that's our slogan. I think munoona kuti we are law abiding citizens. Takaenda tikanovhota tikaita zvese, vakadhileya maballot boxes kune dzimwe nzvimbo, vanhu vakararira pamapolling stations. We have been very, very patient with this regime. And I think a lot of young people have been saying, this time and again, kuti voting will not solve the problems of Zimbabwe. We understand that, but it's part of the solution. There's no way yataigona kuzongomuka takuti takuda kudemonstrata paborder tisina kuvhota. So our young people must understand kuti iseni zvangu personally I wasn't expecting kuti Priscilla Chigumba aizomboti President Nelson Chamisa vahwina. I knew all this could happen, and I knew kuti zvaizotorera kuti tiite zvimwe zvinhu zviri extraordinary tisatakuita izvi. Saka mademonstration edu aiwa acharamba achienderera mberi, uye zvakare chishuviro chedu ndechekuzototi atozopinda chaimo chaimo munyika yeZimbabwe, because izvi zvatiri kuita kuzama kuti tiise pressure kubva kudzimwe hurumende, nekuti mukatarisa seizvezvi relationship iripo between hurumende yemuSouth Africa kana kuti vaCyril Ramaphosa nana vaFikile Mbalula inopa picture yekuita as if everything is okay. So us as Zimbabweans in South Africa, we have to make sure that the world gets the true picture. And South Africans have been saying this time and again, kuti you are not doing enough. So let's do zvatinokwanisa zvacho izvozvo. Tisati tamhanyira kuti mademonstrations endai mweti toona every time patotaura nyemademonstrations vanhu vanoti endai mwetira kumusha. We all know what happened muna 2018. Tatimboita zvacho izvozvo zvatinokwanisa. Vanhu vakawandisa vari munana Messina, vanhu vakawandisa vari kuLimpopo, Polokwane, kupi. Let's come together and show the world and put pressure on this government. You'll be surprised kuti kana vakapiwa pressure yakakwana, they can sit down and talk. Kana izvozvo zvaramba, aiwa tochipinda hedu munyika yedu yechiberekerwa, kana vachiuraya vouraya havo, nokuti tagara tine hama dziri kufa each and every day. Mukatarisa mafuneral parlors, they are doing so fine vari munana South Africa because they are exporting mabhodhisi evanhu vakafa vari kubva munyika dzinoidzi each and every day. Saka hapana kusiri kufa. Thank you very much. I yield my mic.
Wow. Thank you very much, Cooksman. Powerful words are there from one of the young men in Zimbabwe that have said enough is enough, and we can't take this anymore. Hanzi na Cooksman, kusiri kufa ndekupi vanhu vari kungofa, tiri kungotambura, tiri kungotambudzwa nehurumende yaEmmerson Mnangagwa. Saka totongoita zvinofanira kuti zviitwe. We appreciate that. And my sister Lillian, I think you are in Johannesburg. Are you going to be part of the people that will be marching at Bedbridge border post? And what can you say? Kune madzimai ese akateerera kana kuti vechidiki vese vasikana vakateerera. You can go ahead, my sister. Is it Lillian or Cynthia?
Oh, Cynthia, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, makadini zvenyu, ndini ndinonzi Cynthia Mafuta, ndiri kuCape Town. Yeah. Takagadzirirawo machi yedu yomusi wa26 October. Saka tiri kukukokai vese vari muno muSouth Africa kuti tiende tinoita machi yedu tichinyunyuta maererano nemaelections akaitiwa emusi wa23. Maelection haana kufamba zvakanaka, saka tiri kuendawo kuti tinochema tichikurudzirawo zvikuru kuti SADC ende itibatsirewo panyaya yedu iyoyo, ende tichikurudzirawo kuti vese vakateerera panguva dzino idzi tiri kuda kuti tinde tese tinobatsirana nenhau yemaelections akaitika kuZimbabwe. Tichiti isusu kana tasvikawo pabhodha ipapo tichazama nepatinogona napo kuti tiite zvinonzwika, tiite zvinoita kuti vaMnangagwa vaite step down. Chishure chedu isusu ndechekuti vaMnangagwa vaite step down. Chishure chedu isusu ndechekuti tiri kuda president vane mwoyo, president vane mwoyo yavanhu, president vanoita kuti muZimbabwe muve nemabasa, president vanoita kuti zvinhu zvose zvive zvakanaka, macivil servants awane mari, maporisa, masoja, each and everyone, manesi, madoctor, ende kuZimbabwe kuve nezvipatara zvine mushonga, because mukatarisa muno muSouth Africa chaimo tiri kutopiwa mazita, tiri kutukwa, tiri kuitwa sei kunzi makwerekwere, indai kumisha yenyu and whatever. But chinondishamisa ndechekuti chandinonyanya kurwadziwa nacho ndechekuti vaMnangagwa vakanga vari papa musi unoona vaRamaphosa, but vaRamaphosa havakwanisi kuudza vaMnangagwa chokwadi chiri pachena kuti no, iwewe unofanirwa kucreata mabasa, unofanirwa kuita zvakanaka kuti vana vako vasajamba bhodha vachiuya kuno. But vari kuratidza kuti vaRamaphosa vari kufarira zvinhu zviri kuitika kuZimbabwe, kuti kuZimbabwe tirambe tichitambura isu vano kuZimbabwe. I think vaRamaphosa I think vari kubenefita something from Mnangagwa, because dai vachirwadziwa vaRamaphosa vachiudza chokwadi vaMnangagwa kuti vaMnangagwa, problem iri kuita kuti vana vako vayambuke kunoku vachiuya kunoku inhau yekuti vana vako havana chikafu, havana mabasa, havana everything. Saka ndiri kuona sokuti vaRamaphosa vari kufara nezvatiri kuita zvine zviri kuitika kuZimbabwe. But for demo yatakaronga isusu yemusi wa26 tiri kuda kuti enough is enough. Enough is enough. Vana veZimbabwe tese dai tasumuka neuwandu taenda tese, taenda pabhodha musi wa26 unenge uri musi wechina, tanotaura kuti enough is enough. Ende sikufunga kwangu ini nokurwadziwa kwangu semukadzi akabereka akazvara kuti zvinezvi tine vana vari kuzvikoro, vari kuti akapedza chero form 6 chaiyo, chero akapedza form 4 chaiyo, mwana ari kungoita basa rokuroorwa, vamwe vari kusvita mutorido, vamwe vari kuita sei. Ndiri kurwadziwa semukadzi akazvara zvokuti ini nemafungira andiri kutoita pache zvangu handisi tombobva pabhodha. Vakatondiuraya zvangu, zvinandiurayirwe kubhodha rekuZimbabwe than kuti ndiurayirwe kuno kuSouth Africa. Ndoina ndiri mukofiniro kunchibva kuno kuSouth Africa, hazvishandi. Zviri nani ndibve kubhodha rekuZimbabwe ndakunovigwa nokuda kuti ndafira kuti Zimbabwe isununguke, ndafira kuti munhu nemunhu wese awane rusununguko munyika. Ndozvandingati ndingataura parishi.
Tete Cynthia, muruda stadium chaiyo totokuisai muFNB then we take all Zimbabweans. Monyato address ama Zimbabweans. Powerful words. They're coming from our sister Cynthia, declaring that it's she is prepared to die for this country, to prepare to die for Zimbabwe. It's better that she dies at the border on the 26th of this month, defending the vote and making sure that Zimbabwe is free. Barbara, I'm sure you are excited. I'm sure urutobuda tumusodzi sezvandaita uchinzwa umwe mudzimai achitaura neushingi semataura aunogara uchiita pano. I think you have a sister now. Barbara. Oh, it looks like Barbara is on mute, but I know she will come back. But that's the word there coming from another woman who is addressing fellow women in Zimbabwe, in South Africa, in Zambia, in Botswana, and she is saying, women, let's rise up, let's come up, let's step up, and let's do what we need to do on the 26th of October. We have heard about the Beitbridge border post data, which is the 26th of October. Mr. Magorimbo, do you have dates for Botswana, Plumtree border post, and also Zambia? I heard you talking about Zambia, that is Chirundu border post. Do you have dates for that yet? Because I know there are viewers here that are saying, when is it in Zambia, so that they get ready. You are on
Sorry,
mute.
am I audible?
Yes, you are
Okay,
now.
am I audible now? Okay,
Yes,
thank
you
you.
are.
So the preliminary dates are that, the same as that of the Beitbridge border post, which is the 26th of October 2023. We are yet to finalize everything with the relevant authorities in Zambia and Botswana. Once we get the clearance, as we did here in South Africa, we will then come back to the public and let them know. However, it is our hope and our prayer that we are certainly going to have the same date across SADC. Then we occupy all the borders at the same time, preaching the same message, demanding free, fresh, free, credible elections in Zimbabwe.
Wow, that's powerful. So there you are. Those who were asking in Zambia, in Botswana, that when is the data for those two countries? There is one of the posters for Beitbridge border poster, fix Zimbabwe flyer there, and it's on the 26th of October, and the plan is that there will also be a demonstration at Plumtree border post in Botswana on the 26th of October, and there will also be another demonstration on the same day at Chirundu border post, Zambia. So we expect our comrades, our champions, Zimbabweans, citizens in Zambia and Botswana to join, and I know they are ready to join that. Please, let's do that. If you are in Southern Africa, you're listening to this program, please plan on attending or on being part of these revolutionary actions by fellow Zimbabweans. And coming back to you, Cooksman, talking about revolutionary Zimbabweans. Tell us about progressive Zimbabweans. Who are progressive Zimbabweans, and who are you working with? Are you working with Triple C? Are you working with ZANU-PF? Are you working with which political parties? Just tell us a little bit about progressive Zimbabweans, and what is your goal? What are you trying to achieve as progressive Zimbabweans?
Well, progressive Zimbabweans is a collective of disgruntled Zimbabweans across all political.
Where is your video, Cooksman? People want to see you.
Okay. Let me do that. Yeah, I hope they can see me now.
Yes, we can see you.
Yes. So progressive Zimbabweans mubatanidzwa sezvari kungotaura munhu wese ane chishuvo chekuona Zimbabwe ichichinja atoremember yeprogressive Zimbabweans. Saka ungano kana kuti movement yevana veZimbabwe vari kushuvira kana kuti vane chido chekuti Zimbabwe ichinje. Saka hatiiti zvemapato kuprogressive Zimbabweans. Chatiri kuda munhu wese ane shungu dzekuona Zimbabwe ichichinja. Takazviita nedonzvo rekuona kuti aiwa inini ndiri mutsigiri wetriple C, asi nevamwe vanhu vanenge vari vatsigiri kana for example veZAPU, then tine vamwewo vekumutwakazi nevamwe vanogona kunge vari kuma different political parties. All those people, as long as goal yedu iri one, our goal is to achieve a better Zimbabwe for all of us. Our goal is to make sure that for instance takaita maelections anofamba zvakanaka. Kusafamba zvakanaka kunoitika maelections achikonzeresa legitimate crisis zvinoaffecta everyone. Hazviaffecti supporters etriple C kana kuti whichever party. Saka hatina kuda kumbogara taita movement ine chekuita nezvebato. So everyone is welcomed, even vekuzanu vakamutsa vaya vanonzwisisa kuti kuzvigadza kwakaita mutungamiri webato ravo vaEmmerson Mnangagwa kunoaffecta sei economy yedu. Kune chinhu chinonzi foreign direct investment inoaffectwa nenyaya yelegitimacy yenyika. Hakuna vanhu vanoda kuuya kuzoinvesta munyika ine vanhu vanotyora mitemo yavo in broad daylight zvatinoona ZANU-PF ichiita. So everyone who understands the importance of legitimacy, you are welcome. So that's progressive Zimbabweans for you, Chief. I don't know if I answered well.
No. You answered it very well, and I will just buttress what you said. Progressive Citizens, it's an organization for all Zimbabweans, and they are apolitical, and they are not talking about politics. It's just disgruntled Zimbabweans that want to see Zimbabwe free, that want to see Zimbabwe fixed, as you are seeing from that poster there. Fix Zimbabwe now. So please do join these demonstrations, including those from ZANU-PF, like what Cooksman was saying, because we know that 75%, if not 80% of Zimbabweans that are in ZANU-PF, they are also not happy. Havasi kufara nezviri kuitwa muZANU-PF. Saka uyai tisangane kuBaitbridge musi wa26 October. But we are now joined with Lillian. She couldn't be on video, but she's right here on the phone. My sister, welcome to the program. And please, I know before your network runs away, I need you to appeal to all the women that are out there to be part of this demonstration. Please go ahead. Ngakulu. Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Progressive la eSouth Africa sicela ukuthi
Yeah, your network is struggling. This is another young woman. Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, everyone yebo wonke umuntu uvumelekile ukuthi kwakhona sibe sonke lapha mhla ka26 eBoda. Iagenda yethu esinayo ngeyokuthi iZANU-PF ayiphume esikhundleni, sihleli kwamanye amazwe just because of iZANU-PF. Sihleli ngokuhlupheka just because of iZANU-PF. Asixabani nomuntu, asinayo iparty esilwelayo, asina triple C asinamthwakazi asinawo wonke amaphathi nje asinawo into i-agenda esinayo lana-ke njenge-youth yasezimbabwe i-progressive of zimbabwe silwela ukuthi i-ZANU-PF iphume esikhundleni sikwazi ukuba free nathi sikwazi sikhathele ukuhlala kwamanye amazwe asisebenzi singasebenzi sihlala kwamanye amazwe basibiza amagama ahlukile basibiza amakwerekwere abafowethu babula ayikho but i-government yethu yeza
Wow, that's our sister. Okay, thank you very much, my sister. We'll come back to you again. That's Lillian in Johannesburg, encouraging all the youth, all the young women to be part of this demonstration, to be at Beitbridge border post on the 26th of October. Shut down Beitbridge border post. Fix Zimbabwe now. Please do try to be part of this and talk to your people, talk to your friends and relatives in these areas in South Africa, in Botswana, in Zambia. If they haven't heard, make sure that they hear the word, they know what is going on. And let me go back. Barbara, are you here now? Okay, yeah, my partner in crime has ran away. She has disappeared on me, but I know she will come back. She must be sharing this live, which is what we also encourage you. Please do share this live with as many people as possible so that we, get through to as many people as possible. Mr. Magorimbo, as we try to get closer to the to finishing our program, I want you to appeal to all Zimbabweans across the political divide, Zimbabweans in Zambia, in Botswana, in South Africa, in Zimbabwe, and everywhere else, to support and why they should support this demo. So this is your time. Talk to the people of Zimbabwe so that they are at Beitbridge border post and Plumtree border post as well as Churundu border post.
Thank you once again, Chief. To my fellow brothers and sisters from Zimbabwe, the time is now for us to determine the type and the kind of a Zimbabwe, of a society that we would want to see in the next 10 years. It is now, in our hands. It is now within, our, it is up to us, whether we are going to live and suffer simply because we want, to please or to pretend as if there is peace, or we have to take the bull by its horns. So on the 26th of October, I am appealing to all of you, my brothers and sisters, to come in your numbers, to also encourage your neighbors wherever you are, whether they are South African, whether they are Zambians or Zimbabweans. We, at one point, had people from Nigeria supporting us and strongly stand with us. The same happens with South Africans. We have got several, organizations that are going to be part of the protest. And I've had some people, raising the issue of safety and their security. The authorities are going to protect each and every one of us as long as we are peaceful, as long as we are doing, our protest in the prescribed, legal manner. We are also protected. There is no one who is going to be asked or to be, arrested for lack of documentation, because this is why you are protesting. My brothers and sisters, we cannot wait for 2028. My brothers and sisters, we cannot move on from the stolen 2023 elections, because there is no reason in us moving on, and there is no reason in us waiting for 2028. The time for us to act is now or ever. So for those who are in ZANU-PF, let me say this to you, my brothers, that there is no way the economy of Zimbabwe will grow where at a time when Zimbabwe is suffering from a brain drain. We are at a situation whereby each and every, futuristic young Zimbabwean is seeking employment. They start looking at elsewhere outside of Zimbabwe. So who really and how really is the economy, said to be on, growing? There is nothing like that. For us to achieve a free, and just Zimbabwe for all, we need to sort out and deal with the legitimacy issue. So to those who think that they won the election, what is wrong with you, running again the same race that you won, resoundingly? So as long as we have the legitimacy issue, we are doomed to fail as a country. And let's also consider the environment, that we are living in wherever we are. In South Africa, we are the most, unwanted people anyway. If you go to Zambia, they are complaining about Zambia. South Africa even, went to an extent that they had to, create a third armed force, which is the Border Management Authority, in only to try and deal with, undocumented and illegal immigration by Zimbabweans into South Africa. So we have to take this seriously. We have to make sure that our voices are heard. There is no one who is going to free you and I coming from space or anywhere else. It is you and I, and it is our duty to say enough is enough, to defend what rightfully belongs to us, to stand for what we believe in. We believe that if a free and fair election happens in Zimbabwe, we will all have a free and just Zimbabwe, where jobs are not found outside of the country. By living outside of the country, it is a sign that the government have failed us. By living out of the country, it is a sign that the enemy, the government or the state have become an enemy to us. They are doing whatever they want to. They are, looting our natural resources. There is nothing left for us in Zimbabwe. So the time for us to speak out, the time for us to unite is now or ever. When sticks are in a bundle, cannot easily be broken. So no matter how weak you may think you are, no matter how strong you think Mnangagwa is, as long as we are united, he has got nowhere to hide. He's not that powerful man that you think he is. It is actually our complacency that gives him, the authority that he uses against us. Once we start realizing that Mnangagwa is very weak without our support, without us, submitting to his modus operandi of intimidating people and murdering those who speak out. Without admitting to that, Mnangagwa is very weak. Mnangagwa alone cannot beat us all up. Mnangagwa alone cannot arrest all of us, even if he had the power to arrest all Zimbabweans. Do you think that Mnangagwa would I mean, where would he rent, a prison for all of us to be detained? So if we speak in numbers, if we speak in solidarity as a nation, as a generation, we are certainly going to be freed as a nation. We are certainly going to set a precedent for the future generations. Because if you look at our situation now, and it looks like we are the weakest, generation, of which is not true. All we need is to provide leadership wherever you are. As a Zimbabwean, you must know where you want to go. You must know where you are at the moment, and look at the next 10 years of your life. Look at the lives of the coming generations, whether they are going to be proud of you or they are going to be, they they will be shocked. Why really, our generation existed, and what are we going to leave for the future, generations, as a country, as a generation that is in Zimbabwe today. So we have to take charge. We have to make sure that the message reaches into the ears of Emmerson Mnangagwa. He was not elected. Even if no matter how hard they try to sugarcoat the theft of the Zimbabwean elections, I heard President Ramaphosa trying to suggest that yes, he admitted that the process was fell short of local and international standards, in terms of democracy. However, he turns on and says, but there is no legitimate crisis in Zimbabwe. That is not true. There is no way an unconstitutional process, an illegal process, can at the end produce a legitimate outcome. So if themselves, even Mnangagwa, he knows truly that his election is illegal, and the time for this to be resolved is within our decisions. It is determined by our words and what we choose to do as a country. If we choose to remain silent, then there is no need for, there is no agency, for the regional bodies or for anyone else to intervene. But if we say out and if we speak out against the theft of elections, I am very sure that as happened in other states before, Zimbabwe will also be considered. We need the Zimbabwean case to be, attended with the sensitivity it requires. However, this takes courage, from you and I. I am going to be leading the protest on the forefront, and I expect and I pray that all of you, my brothers and sisters, in particular, or most especially those, living very close to these, so far stated 3 border posts, which is Messina, Plumtree, and some, Chirundu border post. We are cordially inviting you, all of you, my brothers and sisters, no matter, regardless of, which political party you may, be supporting. This has gone beyond, political lines. This is to do with the future of you and I. This is to do with the future of your children. This is to do with the safety and health of your, parents who are back home in Zimbabwe. So if we decide to remain silent, there is absolutely nothing and no one who is going to come and say Zimbabwe, the rigging of elections in Zimbabwe needs to be attended to. Yes, we may think that it's easy that SADC is just going to come up in the morning and say Zimbabwe have been under dictatorship for too long. That is not true, my comrades. The truth is that we have to stand firmly against dictatorship. We have to make sure that the message, I mean, you know, the regional leaders get the message right and communicate to their counterpart in Zimbabwe and make sure that he, Mnangagwa, allows for a, you know, a fresh, free, credible, you know, election. That is all that, I mean, that's all that we want. We are not demanding anyone to be paying us some money or to be taking care of us. No, we are only demanding for the elections to be redone in Zimbabwe at the expense of the taxpayers, which means this is happening at our cost as the citizens of Zimbabwe. There is nothing and there is no reason for ZANU-PF to be running scared of an election and trying to, you know, be lying that it will be a waste of money or whatever. We need to resolve the legitimacy issue. If Mnangagwa really won the previous election, then why is he scared to go into the very race which he claims to have won resoundingly? If the CCC lost, then why are we avoiding something that we just know that if once done, it will be done and dusted? We don't want a situation whereby, you know, there is, you know, there is mistrust among, you know, us as a people. There is no unity among us as a nation. We are divided, in particular by, you know, or due to lack of transparency in each and everything that is happening in Zimbabwe. So in other words, I'm saying it is corruption that is now at the center of everything that is happening, not only in Zimbabwe, but in the Southern Africa as a region. If you may ask the reason why the ANC Observer Mission have not yet made public their, you know, findings in the recently held Zimbabwean election, you then get the answer that they also have the same outcome, the same findings as that of the, you know, SADC sorry, the Observer Mission, same as that of the African Union Observer Mission. It is the same as that of the European Observer Mission. So it is up to us as a people to either remain silent and die in, you know, and die poor, or to speak out against this and put a full stop and end to the manipulation and the taking of advantage of our situation as a people. We are regarded as useless. Our voices are taken for granted. Our voices are twisted. Each and every time we go to an election as a country, the outcome is predictable. It is now a situation whereby, you know, even before the election comes, people will be in a position to determine who is going to win because of corruption, because of
if you can round up, my brother, I'll give you 1 minute to round up.
All right. Okay. So I really thank you in advance, my brothers and sisters from Zimbabwe, in South Africa, and those in Zimbabwe close to the borders. You are cordially invited. We need you. We really, really need each other. This is the time. There is no other time Zimbabwe will be freed from dictatorship.
Wow, thank you. That's a very passionate appeal there from the spokesperson of the progressive citizens based in South Africa, appealing to all Zimbabweans to support, attend, be part of the protest that will be done on the 26th of October at Beitbridge border post and also at Plumtree border post in Botswana and Chirundu border post in Zambia. Now, I'm seeing that my sister, who has been struggling to join us on video, is here. Lillian Ungakuluma, just your last word as you appeal to women across, Southern Africa to be part of the demonstrations.
Yeah, into engayigqugquzela kakhulu ebantwini besifazane nabantwini besilisa obhuti labosisi ngicela singabi nakho ukwesaba lento yokuthi kuthiwa sizosaba ukuthi kuthiwa amasotsha asetshaliwe laphaya eborder sizobotshwa ayikho leyo nto iphepha sitholile mhla ka-26 izikhalazo zethu ukuthi kwakhona yini into esiyifunayo kahle kahle sidinga inkululeko njenge-youth yaseZimbabwe sidinga inkululeko kakhulu sesihlukumezeke kwanela-ke manje sesikhathele sekwanele-ke manje sesidinga nathi inkululeko njenge-youth yaseZimbabwe-ke engizokucela as a progressive of Zimbabwe i-youth ese-South Africa sicela ukuthi nje sonke siphakame nobuningi bethu nabo abafuna ukusijoyina ngisho abasekhaya ngalena eZimbabwe abeze bezosijoyina ngapha ngizokwazi ukuthi sikhiphe iZANU-PF esihlaleni ngoba sonke siyazi ukuthi iZANU-PF asiyivotelana mina I am the one engahamba ngayo vote ekhaya kodwa kuvoteni kwami akubonakalanga ngathola ukuthi bathi angirejistanga ekubeni ngirejistile so iZANU-PF njalo sonke isikhathi kufanele ukuthi uma ingena lapho ingena ngodlame nanokutshontsha ama-election so now asiphakameni sokuyisikhathi manje sokuthi siphakame njenge-youth yaseZimbabwe ukuthi silwele ilizwe lethu sithole inkululeko nathi singakwazi ukuthi sibalekele kwamanye amazwe yisikhathi sokuthi sizimele thina nathi ngokwethu ngiyagqugquzela lonke lapho ngendawo ngokuhlukana ngiyathemba ukuthi sizokwazi ukuthi sibambisane ukuthi mhla ka-26 October sibe laphaya eborder.
Wow, siyabonga mama. Thank you so much for your bravery, for your words. We appreciate you, siyabonga kakhulu. I'm gonna finish with you, Cooksman. So I'm gonna go to Cynthia. Cynthia, your last words. I know you're dying to speak. The last time you spoke, you were so powerful. So your last words are to the women, to the young girls, everywhere, so that they are part of this. And tell us whether you are also going to be in Beitbridge as well.
Yeah, inichange ndiriko ku Beitbridge handisi kuzosara handisi kuzorega kuenda ku Beitbridge. Ndinokurudzira vana vechidiki mayuthi mese ndinokukurudzirai kuti tese ngatitijwa takananga pabhodha musi wa26 tinorwira vhoti yedu yatakavhota takavhotera patakavhotera munhu umwe anoziva vamunangagwa kutaura chokwadi zvavanoziva mumwoyo mavo chaiko chaiko vamunangagwa kunyatso kuziva kuti havana kuvhoterwa neumwe munhu havakatoruza vamunangagwa vana hapana munhu akavavhotera dai vamunangagwa vakahwina kutaura chokwadi vasiri kuadopta vanhu kana vakahwina vari kuadoptire chima vanhu veTCC vari kuadoptire chii vari kuvaurayire chii vari kuitire zvese zvavari kuita kana vakahwina vamunangagwa kana vamunangagwa vakahwina ngavave president vanobatanidza mhuri vave president vanobatanidza vanhu kana vachitiwo vakahwina but vamunangagwa havana kuhwina saka isusu vana veZimbabwe madzimai tese nevana vedu ngatibudei neuwandu tiinde pabhodha tinorwira shanduko yevana vedu because zvinorwadza kuti ezvinezvi shuwa kutaura kwandiri kuita kuno mwana apedza form 4 ari kungoenda kunoroorwa haana rimwe basa raanowana anoriwana kupi kuno kuSouth Africa zvinhu zvaoma vanhu vari kutukwa tiri kuitwa sei kwese nyika zvose zvaoma saka vedu we ngatisumukei tinofira pabhodha hatisi kuzobva munangagwa asina kuita step down izvo ngaatondinzwa zvake munangagwa kana achitondiona kana achida kutozondiuraya ngandiuraye ende anenge atozorodzawo mweya wangu because ndatambura ini tatambura vana veZimbabwe nokuda kwavamunangagwa ngavangobvuma defeat chete kuti vachamisa tongai noti kuti varambire pachigaro sezvavari kuita vari kutirwadzisa ende chiri kunyanya kutirwadza ndechokuti vari kuita basa rokuadopta vanhu vachituma vanhu ivo vari kutumwa vacho vefazi mwoyo yenyu yakaita sei hamurwadziwo here nezvatiri kuitwa hamusi kurwadziwawo here vanhu vefazi ndine shungu pamwoyo ndine bundu asi nokuda kwetime yapera ndandine zvakawanda zvandiri kuda kutaura but zvisinei ndiri kukurudzira mwana wese weZimbabwe handei pabhodha, tese tinofira pabhodha. Kana tichifa ngatifei. Zvandinoda kutaura masoja nemapurisa, imbosiyai kutirova, imwi tibatsirei, imbosiyanai nesi nokutirova, because toda kurwira imwi, tikurwira iwe neni. Ndo takudiwa pano, iwe neni tive tine basa hombe rokuti tibvise vamunangagwa vabve pachigaro. This time vari kubva musi wa26 vamunangagwa vari kuita step down. Ini handisi kuzobva pabhodha, vachatondiuraya. Zvinani vandiuraye zvavo, ene ndinenge ndatozorora zveshuwa, because tatambura vana veZimbabwe. Ini handisi weTriple-C, handisi wechii, but ndakamirira maZimbabwenzi. Ende bato redu iri harisi reTriple-C, asi reZANU-PF, asi ndire mwana wese weShanduku, akamirira Shanduku, ari kurwadziwa nevhoti yake yakabirwa navamunangagwa neZANU-PF yavo. Ndatenda zvangu.
Wow. There you are, Zimbabweans that are listening across the world. The young people are speaking, the mothers are speaking, the young men that are here are speaking, and they are determined to make sure that they play their part. They do their best to ensure that there is freedom and justice in Zimbabwe. What are you doing about it? Are you going to help? Are you going to be part of this? Because you can still participate. You can still be part of this demonstration, the Close the Borders initiative, even in the comfort of your home in America, in the comfort of your home in the United Kingdom, in Germany, because they need help. Cooksman, what kind of help do you need? How can citizens across the world come in and help you or help this great initiative? And then as your closing remarks, I also want you to address the question that have you approached other progressive movements in South Africa like Malema, Democratic Party, and many others that support the Zimbabwean cause?
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chief and everyone. Yes, unfortunately, I'm not the spokesperson, but I think our spokesperson and this is Pabatai, we are making a lot of efforts to get all the civic societies, South African civic societies on board, because we know that the kind of pressure, the reason why some people might not understand why we are doing this. That's why I'm watching wasei musiri kuenda kuZimbabwe kunodemonstrate kuZimbabwe. The reason why we are doing this is because kana tikaita zvinhu zvedu zvakarongeka zvakanaka, South Africa alone can put enough pressure kuti ZANU-PF iite zvinhu zvinoda kuitwa chaizvo. Zvese zvavari kuita izvi zvatakaona even vafikile Mbalula vachiita towards my elections, even after my elections, kutokambena kwavanenge vachiitira ZANU-PF, kutoonekwa kwavakaita vese vari pabhodha kuya, kukambena kwavari kuita, they send the wrong message to the outside world. So issues as Zimbabweans in South Africa, because remember, I think majority of Zimbabweans varakabuda munyika vari mu South Africa, we have also to put it out there kuti ndezvipi, because we cannot let someone speak for ourselves. Remember, recently vakagadzira this meno ndo mabhodha gezere muno muSouth Africa vakagadzira avari kuti achagadha bhodha. Zviri kuitirwa isusu, zviri kuitirwa hama dzedu dzisina mapasipoti varinge vachida kuuya munyika yeSouth Africa. Saka izvi zvese zvavanenge vachiita izvi, vachibuda vachitorwa mapicha vari kunana United Nations, it sends a strong message yekuti vasingatozive even muchiti tinoda help, vanongobhiliva kuti mukaonawo vana vaRamaphosa votaura iko kuriko kutori nemaZimbabweans akawanda, it means everything is fine. So kana tikasabuda isusu tikataura zviri pamwoyo yedu, kutaura kwacho ndiko kuratidza kwatinenge tichiita ikoko. Then there's one aspect, Chief, that I want to emphasize on. I think ndambotrai kuzvitaura pandaposta even papage yangu paFacebook. I think us as young people, we haven't been doing enough. Munoziva here kuti dai mayouth akasimuka patakaita ma-elections. Because ZANU-PF, the existence of ZANU-PF for all these years, it's also based on our failure to make it difficult for them. Like for example, I was a chief election agent kuZimbabwe. Munoziva zvimadhara zvaishungurudza vabereki zvichimanikidza vanhu kuti uyai muchinyorwa mazita, zvimadhara zvimwe zvisina kana mazino. Asi isu tiri pano mayouth vazhinji hamuna kana ita effort kurejista kwacho kuvhota munhu ane asina, kunovhota kwacho haana. Wotadza wongoenda kumusha kunomeka sure kuti aiwa hatiregeri madhara achiita vanhu vanopfuura nepamatebho achinyorwa mazita. Dai kuri kuti mayouth akabatana akameka sure kuti no one is going to force anyone to queue asati aenda kunovhota. We were going to make it difficult even for ZANU-PF kuti ibudise result rakabudisa iriya. But tinoramba tichiregera ZANU-PF ichiita zvinhu zvairi kuita zvese semayouth, tichingocomplaina pafacebook nepawhatsapp, and we expect hameno tinoexpecta kuti vanachamisa vachanyanya kuiteko. President Nelson Chamisa necrew yavo, I think towards my elections vanenge vasina kurara mumba for more than 2 months if I'm not mistaken, because vairova rally to rally, place to place. Then someone anongoya pafacebook achingotaipa Chamisa ana plan. So guys, we are the future of this country. South Africa is not, no matter what you are renting a furnished apartment, it's not your country. Aizombove nyika yako. We cannot, isusu generation yedu yatodhakwa, we never enjoyed Zimbabwe. But we cannot, expect kuti ma-generations achateera kumashure kwedu agorarama same life yatakararama iyoyi yekuya tichiraramira munyika dzisiri dzedu. I'm encouraging all young people, please, especially young people, please, let's do something. Let's engage in these activities. I'm very glad that I'm seeing a lot of response from Akawanda vechidiki, but there is still vamwe vachiri kuda kuti vanzwisise vabatsirwe vaone kuti isu tine mandate yekuti tipushe zvinhu izvi zvifambire mberi. Vakawanda vedu mukatarisa vanhu, especially vanhu vari vakabuda munyika yeZimbabwe, vanonzwisisa kuti no, chinonzi economy chi. Vanhu vari kumusha uko vaipiwa ma-chicken slice. Vanhu vari muno vanoziva kuti kana uchishanda, you can buy those things for yourself. So anyway, Chief, that's all I can say for now. Thank you very much.
Yes, and if people want to help, how can they help? Who do they contact? Any numbers if there are people that want to support these demonstrations financially or otherwise?
Yes, I think if possible, munogona kuzoisa kuma-contact details ekunokwanisa kuti vanoda kubatsira, because of course zvinhu zvatiri kuita izvi zvinenge zvichida monetary resources and human resources. Tagara kuti ndo yatiri kuitira maprograms akaita seanaya, but tine zvimwe zvinhu zvakawanda zvichada mari. Izvo tiri kuronga kuti musi wedemonstration kutakurwe vanhu nemabhazi vachienda kubva kunzvimbo dzakasiyana siyana, zvinoda mari. Tichada kuti panguva yavanhu vanenge varipo, chikafu, zvese izvozvo zvinoda mari. Saka pachaiswa nhamba pano, vanhu vanobatana. I believe vanhu vachataura nemaspokesperson edu kuti vaudzwe kuti vanoda kucontribute vanocontribute sei kunani. But for real, we need support. We need support financially. We need support humanitarian. Support. We need it as well. And we are going to be having more of this. The lives and space, Twitter spaces. Let people circulate the correct information. We've got my flyers edu. Kana usina mari, it's not everyone ane mari. Just kungo fambisa shoko iroro. It's very important. It's very important. Zvinotokosha kudarika kana iyo mari yacho. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you very much, Cooksman. Thank you very much, everyone who has been here. Zimbabweans across the world, you have been listening. You have heard the drive within these young men. I think young men and young women. I think you can feel it. You can feel that everyone is touched by the situation in Zimbabwe. I can tell you that, people in Zimbabwe are handcuffed. They are in prison while they are not in prison. They cannot say anything. They want to do something, but we are dealing with a different kind of a dictator in Zimbabwe in the name of Emmerson Mnangagwa. So it is us, the people that are in the diaspora, that are going to rescue Zimbabwe. Let's do the best that we can. I can also affirm to you that I was in Zimbabwe when the results were announced. I can tell you how people just got numb. Nobody could say anything. You could tell, you could feel that people were angry, that people were not happy, that people were disappointed, that people were, very, very aggrieved, but they could not say anything. They could not do anything. Waingoona munhu achifamba akanyarara. Chero hanzi mumachechi umu mafundisi musi wesando wacho vakanetseka vakati amen, hakuna aidaira, vanhu vanga vangonyarara because the people were in disbelief, people were in shock and of what happened. So don't think that the people in Zimbabwe are liking the situation, that they are not doing anything out of choice. They don't have a choice. You know how cruel Emmerson Mnangagwa is. You see what he has done to Honorable Job Scala, and what he did on August 1, 2018, when he gunned down those people. He is prepared to do that. So whatever we can do from wherever we are. I know there are demonstrations that are being planned in the United Kingdom, in America, in Canada, in Germany. Let's keep up the pressure. Cooksman and Mr. Magorimbo here were talking about pressure, that we want to keep the pressure going. We want to put the pressure on the regime. But in this instance, they also want to put pressure on the Southern African leaders, in particular Cyril Ramaphosa, so that he knows that the people of Zimbabwe are not happy with what happened in Zimbabwe, and they're actually angry about it. And if he sees people protesting, numbers of people protesting, multitudes of people protesting in South Africa, it will help. And I can tell you, every little thing that we are doing as Zimbabweans, it helps. That's how the struggle moves. It's not something simple. We knew that. I think Magorimbo said that. Cooksman also said that. We knew that Zek was never just going to wake up in the morning after the election and declare President Chamisa the winner, even though he was the winner. We knew that we were still going to fight. That's why we're talking about defending the vote. That's why we said, everyone, those that went to go and vote and those that failed to go and vote, we all must be prepared at one time, at one point, to defend the vote. This is the period that we were talking about. We are defending the vote. And I can tell you, this election is not over. An election is not over until all outstanding issues have been cleared. There are still outstanding issues. So we are still in the election period, and we need to do the best that we can. These young people here, these young women, these young men that are here, progressive Zimbabweans, they are being progressive and they're doing the best that they can. Let's support them. The demo, close the border, shut down the borders, demo in South Africa, Bedbridge border post on the 26th of October, and also on the same date, Botswana border post, that is Plumtree border post, and then Zambia, Chirundu border post on the same days. Please, let's support. Let's be there. And those that can support financially, get hold of Cooksman. You all know Cooksman. Go to his page and say, I want to support this demo. Get hold of us. We'll direct you to where you can send your money or your resources. Thank you so much, Zimbabweans across the world. We appreciate you for being here. We'll continue to update you on the developments on the other two borders, Plumtree border post and Chirundu border post. Meanwhile, share this video and also share the poster that is going around right now about shut down Bait Bridge border post. Thank you. That's the poster right there. Thank you, Zimbabwe. We appreciate you. God bless you.
Sabonga. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate you, Leo.
Siyabonga kakhulu bhuti wami. Sibonge kakhulu.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my sister. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shoshe.
Thank you. We wish you all the best.
Pale kutodiwa wakasimba moyo tisunungure Zimbabwe apachadiwe makwara apachadiwe mbwende apa pave kutodiwa varume vakazvipira tisunungure Zimbabwe chamisa tungamira boka chamisa tungamira boka chamisa tungamira boka tisunungure Zimbabwe chamisa tungamira boka chamisa tungamira boka chamisa tungamira boka tisunungure Zimbabwe apachadiwe makwara apachadiwe mbwende apa pave kutodiwa varume vakazvipira tisunungure Zimbabwe apachadiwe makwara apachadiwe mbwende apa pave kutodiwa vakasimba moyo kuti tisunungure Zimbabwe atasvika pacho pave kurema pari kutoda vanhu vakazvipira panogona kana kutofiwa tichisunungura Zimbabwe patasvika hapachadi mbwende patasvika panoda vakasimba moyo panogona kana kutofiwa tichisunungura Zimbabwe vana baba muripiko vakomana muripiko uyai uyai tisunungure Zimbabwe vana baba muripiko vakomana muripiko uyai uyai tisunungure Zimbabwe chamisa